Okay, race fans, let's get this show on the road. So first off, I'd like to welcome all of you to the Brookside Country Club for the 2023 NARC 410 Sprint Car Series Championship Awards Banquet. And in a nutshell, it's a good day to be Corey Day. So for the 63rd time in our 64-year history of the Northern Idaho Racing Club and the King of the West Series, we will honor our superstars and accomplishments of our top teams. For those of you who haven't yelled at me in the last 20 years or so, I'm Jim Allen. I'll be your MC for the 20th time here tonight in my... So I hope you guys all enjoyed the brunch here. Was the food good? You guys all good? All right, not going to doze off or anything like that? All right, good. And I noticed that none of you had a problem finding your way to the bar, so that's a great thing too. So today we're going to honor our NARC Rookie of the Year, our top 10 in the championship point standings, our coveted Billy Albini Mechanic of the Year Award, our Dave Bradway Jr. Inspirational Trophy, and of course our crown our 2023 NARC Championship team. And somewhere along the way, hopefully pay some additional respect and recognition for the old and overweight drivers that might be in this room. So now to get started, we have a few people I'd like to recognize not only for their success, but to the success of our series. Some are sponsors, some are supporters, and some are just kick-ass racers. And I'm going to start off with a guy who kind of likes to lay low profile, and I know that, and that's Jason Myers. He's a two-time World of Outlaw champion, car owner. Raise your hand. Come on, let's go. Faircat, there we go. In the back there, Tommy and Jeannie Hunt from Calistoga Speedway. They're still driving that thing to somehow make that happen. We all take them for granted, you know, it's just Brent, but you know what, hell with that. Brent's a 13-time NARC and a 13-time King of the West Championship. Where's Brent Kading at? He's at the bar. This one's going to be a little bit different, and I know she doesn't want me to do this, but you know, we've been getting some great recognition, not just for our racing, but for our fan engagement and all that good stuff. And I remember this phone call a couple 3 years ago, and it's like the call was, you know, Jim, could I sponsor NARC, but not sponsor the racers? I want to get the fans involved. So, and that is Debbie Bertullo. She's our fan engagement sponsor. I mean, all those thunder sticks and foam fingers and frisbees and all that stuff. She's funding that. And I mean, like you saw at Stockton last night, I mean, fans love that stuff. And it makes us more than just racing. We want to be a big show here. So then last night, you guys all noticed we had our, I don't know, what do you say, season debut, our season opener and the season finale at Stockton Dirt Track. Tony Nassetti back there. Had a good crowd, that was good, glad everybody finally showed up. That guy has suffered a lot this year. I mean, rain beat him up, and politics beats him up, and he keeps doing what promoters need to do, and if you headbutt him, he's going to headbutt you right back, and that kind of gets things done in the world that we live in, so that's great. One guy who's making his NARC Banquet debut is a guy who has really, his videos have, I don't know, it's like put us on the map. We're already on the map. It's kind of taken it to a whole new level. It's a Cali Dirt video with Sean Hayes way over back. I mean, his videos and everything are awesome. Man, the subscribers are off the chart. It's a great thing, and you know, once again, we were a racing show, but my goal here is to show the personalities. We don't want car numbers out there. I want personalities. I want people to know the people that drive our race cars. That is what's going to take us well into the future. It's the people that are in our organization, and like I said, we have some great personalities here. You know, some of them, you guys, I probably want to strangle you in a couple of minutes, but you know what? I'll have a beer with all. I want to vodka cranberry with all you guys. So there you go. Back there in the back table there, we have a pair of Thomas brothers. Gary Thomas, one of the great voices of sprint car racing. Raise your hand, fair catch signal, there we go. And the brother who says, cancer, F you, I'm going to fight you forever, Danny Thomas is back there as well. And then, I've been married for 33 years. I know how this whole game works here. So, whatever. I get to go play in the dirt with you guys, mainly because I have a pass from my wife, and she did all the centerpieces, and she, this week, exciting job, she ironed 15 table setting things this week. She won't iron my shirts, but she ironed this shirt. That's okay. Couldn't do this without her blessing, and so it all works out good. And then I know Dina's probably not in here, but the staff here at the Brookside Country Club is off the charts. This is our 5th banquet here, and they know what we need, what we're doing, and they do a great job. The food's good. So once again, thanks for Dina, Brookside, and all the staff. All right, so our show we wouldn't be able to pull off this road show without our great staff of officials and supporting staff, and I'd like to take this opportunity to not just introduce them, but actually bring them up here. Normally they just sit at their table so we're going to bring them up here, so they have to stand in front of you, without an official shirt, so you guys can actually see that they're real human beings, and just not some drone that shows up on race day that you get to take advantage of and all that good stuff. So they typically don't get much credit when things go well, but they tend to get shotgunned pretty good when things go sideways. I consider them to be the heroes of our racing series. And today we're actually going to present each of them with a plaque. It's not for their years of service to the club, and I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed with this, with the NARC series. And to go on the record, this plaque is not from Brent and myself. This is from the Northern Auto Racing Club. It's from all of you, because without them, the bottom line, this show doesn't work. So first person I want to bring up here, and I'm starting with him this year because I totally stepped on it last year. I can't believe he was wearing a blue jacket last year that was, you could have seen it from the space shuttle, And guess what I did? I introduced all the officials except for him. And he thought he was fired. He texted me on the way home, oh my God, no, I'm so sorry. So we'll start out with Derek Fairbanks. He's the youngest member. Youngest member, and a pretty stylish dresser when he's not at the racetrack. Yeah, come on back here, hold this here, right? So, I stepped on it, I'm introducing him first now. He was our pit manager, and when Ed had a run-in with a bull, and he can tell you that story, he got injured. This guy actually had to go up on the flag stand, and he did a pretty good job. Nobody had any faith in him. He's barely old enough to drink. But he's been a great addition to our team. He's been with us for 2 years, Derek Fairbanks. Leading our ship on race day is our director of competition. He's got one of the hardest jobs on the planet, and I know he got yelled at last night. Everything doesn't go perfect. At the driver's meeting, he projects calmness, and he's just even-keeled and all that good stuff, and he has your best interests at stake all the time, I guarantee it. Inside, though, it's like a Pepto-Bismol commercial. His stomach is churning, and he's just whatever. He's been a NARC Series official for 23 years, Dan Belton. So as you see, 2 years you get the little baby plaque, and in 23 years you get the big one here. So the other half of the Belton team, who is obviously the better half, and you owe me $20 for saying that. So she is the secretary treasurer of our organization. She's tracking down promoters at the end of the night. She helps me with just a ton of stuff. I mean, if I had to list it out, there's just a ton of stuff that keeps the show on the road. She's been doing this for 20 years. Laura Belton, come on over. Big flag. And then we got the rat, right? For you guys, you young guys, Corey, Dylan, and the like, and the rat, he was a fantastic race car driver. He won 13 NARC main events. Think about that for a second. With roll cages made out of like gas pipe and stuff. It was pretty strange. He has been an official with this series we actually went through that. We can account for 33 years, but we think it's actually more of that. He's our technical inspector. He's actually going to turn 80 years old next August. Give it up for Mike Andrietta. Our flagman, he's one of the best in the business. He's been at it with our series for a decade. Of course, Ed Eds, overall, he's been flagging for 30 years. He's been hit by rocks at least 20 different racetracks. And by some miracle, he doesn't have any brain damage, at least none that we're aware of. I'll give it up for Ed Eds. And then down in turn 4 is our infield official, Pat Freeman. In addition to being a Vietnam veteran, he is usually the first person to an accident and first to leave at the end of the night. Dylan Bluefield, Corey Day, Vietnam was a war we fought in the 1970s. So just kind of want you to know that. So Pat has been with our team for 6 years and a ton more at Placerville before that. Pat Freeman, come on up here, buddy. And not to pat ourselves on the back or anything, but I think our social media efforts are over the top, and that's made possible by some of our official club photographer, Donna Peter. I mean, she makes sure before I leave every racetrack, she hands me a memory card as soon as I get done with Victory Lane interviews, and that gives me tons of content so I can, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I can just be posting strange stuff. So. She's been on our staff for 6 years. She was a photographer at Placerville for 30 years before that. Donna Peter. And then last year, as you guys know, the World of Outlaws stole our PR guy from us at the end of 2022 pieces of crap. Yes, I hate those guys. They left us with some pretty big shoes to fill. After going on a nationwide search, we found Ben Dethridge, or maybe he found us. He has added another dimension to our organization, and that is he's become the voice of NARC as our announcer. He writes the pre-race and post-race stories for us, a NARC by the Numbers article, High Side Racing Promotion podcast, continues to shine the light on all of you guys in this room to make you famous. That's a fantastic thing. The good news is I get to drive home. I get to hit my house at about 1 o'clock in the morning. The story's sitting there. I can upload it on the website and send it out to all you guys while you're sleeping. And that is absolutely huge for me because I'm getting freaking old. So it's a good thing. And he does all of this, and he lives in Cottage Grove, Oregon. So with that, Ben Dethridge coming up here. And you see by the suit, I think he has a court appearance after this banquet. So as you can see, we got them all lined up here, and starting with the young, Derek, and kind of ending with the young Ben. I don't even know how old you are, Ben, but you're younger than the guys in the middle, that's all. In between, we've got 100 years of NARC officiating experience, just with NARC. Think about that for a second. You know, there's a message in there somewhere because, you know, we are looking for an influx of younger generations here so that these peeps can officially retire someday. I mean, they really want to do that. Now, don't get me wrong, they like what they're doing and all that good stuff, but it can't last forever. So if you happen to know any old and overweight drivers, or old and overweight car owners, or old and overweight crew members looking to take the next step in their racing career, we would love to have them as a NARC official. So once again, please lend a hand to these guys. They're the ones that hold that round of applause. I'm not up here looking for a job either. Jim, everyone kind of looks after everybody here. You look after all of us. This is from the full-time teams on the tour. Some gas money. Motorhome. $2,300 in gas. You gotta buy us all magnets at all your truck stops. That's something small. Figured you do a lot for everyone in the room and gotta give back. So now you can get this picture too. And I got it. What's this? Oh yeah, there we go. Not to pick on us or anything, but it's kind of like those photos they have and those mailers you get, you know, double ARP. Kind of all looks like kind of us, right? While they're taking their seats, I also want to take this opportunity to thank Brent Kading. You know, maybe my face is all over flow racing and all that good stuff, but you know, in addition to being a multi-time champion, in addition to just be Brent Kading, you know, my partner in cycling in this venture, but you know, he does a ton of things behind the scenes, helping get sponsors and getting this banquet going and hustling up a lot of stuff going. I mean, once again, the list goes on and on. And once again, I want to give credit where it's due. Brent Kading, thank you very much for all you do. So speaking of putting on a show, here is a video that should get you fired up, maybe on the edge of your seat. And I encourage you guys to get a little rowdy. So if you see something you like, I want you to make some noise. If you see something you don't like, make some noise. I don't care, right? So this is California Soul Part 2, and it features some good. It features some bad, and during when I was walking through everybody at the tables, I kind of apologized in advance for maybe some of the bad that it's showing, but you know, either way, it's off the charts, kind of crazy wheel-to-wheel racing. And it should be noted that no drivers were hurt in the filming of this video. So with that, play the video. Keep moving forward. As has been a tradition at our championship celebrations, we want to give you an update on the NARC Benevolent Fund. The fund, once again, is a separate entity of the Northern Ireland Racing Club and is managed by a board of directors that includes Ashley Smith, Mike Andrietta, Bud Kading, Brent Kading, and myself. And through track promotions, fan donations, and popular events like the Howard Kading Luncheon, we continue to grow our reserve of funds. And you know, there are funds obviously that we hope that we never have to use. And I think to this date, tell me if I'm wrong, but I mean, we've got a large portion of these funds in an investment account to kind of grow them, but I think there's somewhere around $250,000 in there, Brent. We're close to that. Yeah. So once again, that's made possible by all of you. So as most of you are aware, there was some chatter on social media a few weeks ago These posts were, challenging, old and overweight sprint car drivers. They needed to hang it up. So, of course, these, posts are just from your typical loser keyboard warriors, who live in their mom's basement in Pennsylvania, playing Resident Evil about 12 hours a day when they're not blowing up their inflatable dolls and whatever else they're doing. So yes, I said that. So, somewhere along the way, that old and overweight challenge was accepted by none other than Dominic Selzy. What a surprise, right? The response by Dominic and Bud and Tim Kading and others was actually pretty entertaining if you followed it on social media. Race cars sponsored by Depends and Pillsbury and Weight Watchers and hell, there was walkers and scooters everywhere and the most horrible Adobe Photoshop paste jobs you've ever seen in your life. And the good news is it turned into a great fundraiser for the NARC Benevolent Fund. And Dominic wanted to be here to tell you about it personally, but after last night's race, he took a red eye to Charlotte because Gio Selzy, who finished second in 2017 points with us, is getting the World of Outlaw Rookie of the Year. So another California driver who's done good. So he's headed that way. That's the only reason why he's not here. And good news is, last time he was here, he had a shirt off. So I'm saving you guys all that misery. But instead, we have a video of what this thing actually accomplished.
With all the old overweight guys out there, and me becoming one of those apparently this year, I wanted to do something that sort of poked fun at that, and also gave back to the history of the sport and all the amazing people. And the idea of where it came from, a lot of people may not know, when I was 18 years old, I moved out of my parents' house, and my first job was working with Peter Murphy. And working with Peter Murphy was amazing because I had never had a job before. I never knew what being on time meant or anything like that, or responsibility. He taught me so much of what that was. Unfortunately, he had suffered a major injury racing in Antioch with the NARC 410 series, and the Benevolent Fund basically saved him and his family from being in serious hot water. And it was something I always admired and didn't even know about until that point. We would talk about the NARC Benevolent Fund while I would work with him and talk about all the amazing things that it offered and that they did for him and his family. And I always thought that was really neat. And when this little banter on Facebook came about, I really felt like it was a light bulb moment. And we were able to raise right around $5,000 for the NARC Benevolent Fund. And with a couple amazing donations, it grew to $10,000. So to be able to donate $10,000 on behalf of the NARC Benevolent Fund, it's been incredible. It's an honor for me to be able to do that and give back to so many incredible drivers that have had to use it throughout their career. At the end of the day, I think people are judged off of what they give back to the sport, not what they take from it. This is something that makes me feel really good.
So there you go, $10,000. Proving that old guys still rule here. So, and to go on the record, Dominic is not old. So that's just want to put that one out. So you guys figure out the rest of that. So with fundraising in mind, and as we always do at our championship of banquets here, we're going to put the microphone in Bud Kading's hands. I know that's pretty scary. She's going to host our annual NARC Benevolent Fund auction. He will go solo because once again Dominic is in Charlotte. So we have a bunch of great items lined up over there which he's going to tell you about. And so Bud, the microphone is yours.
I'm missing Dominic, and he's normally my motivator on this, so maybe Jason, you pop out of your shell a little bit so you can go on here. All right, we got, are we serious? No, I'm serious. There we go. We've been doing this for a few years now. We take our shirts off. I'm Peter, it's our pants. All right, so we're going to start with the Joe Shuvik calendar. This is a one of a kind. Jason Vanna White for the day. You can open this up, walk around the table, show what we got. All the drivers here. This is Gary Sully got in the last couple of years.
I did this last time. I didn't have cheap.
Cool. Well, making an offer. No, we take Venmo, cash, check. Joe Shuvik calendar. Are you opening bid? Anybody? Sanders had his hand up. $100, Justin Sanders. 250 right here. 250. Anybody else? Where we at? We're at 2. And the guy that put it in, Joe, you're bang on your own calendar? 250, Joe. You raise your hand again. 300, 350, Ronnie Day. Ronnie Day, 350. Don't worry about telling me how much. I'll let you know how much you're going to pay. Just raise your hand. Carol, don't split it. All right, we'll split it at the end. Ronnie, keep your hand down. It's going to be 450. You raise your hand, that's 400. There's a half raise, so only $50. $50. Calendar going once. Anybody else? We're at 425 to Ronnie Day right now. Don't laugh, Ronnie. It's another $12. Twice. Then you raise your hand twice.
Oh.
3 times. You're at 500. You're at 500. That's 515. How many you got, Ben? He's at 500. Ben keeps raising his hand. Ronnie Day, $600. Twice. Ronnie Day, thank you. So, yeah. We're not going to auction these off, but these are all on some of the tables, not some of the tables. I think it's not so much we're going to auction them off, but we'd like to get $100 each one for the Benevolent Fund. I don't know who used to go to the fairgrounds or Maylands back in the day, but the same old man, old Dennis Guerrero, he used to make the cards back then, still making them. And he built these things for the Benevolent Fund and the Banquet. So that was pretty cool. Got a clock on it. Kind of shows the history of what the park started as to what it is today. He tried to do like a Calistoga backdrop. I think someone got like 500 or something. Anyway, if you like those, let us know. We'll make whatever work out. Jason, what are we gonna do next? We'll keep the rest of the stuff in there, but these may have it. No, they didn't. But I think I might have one or two of those in your car, just so you know.
I just had some of these made. Yes, these are,
No, I have original in your car. Like the back with the checkerboard, all the dog car, and all stamping. Yeah, I don't know what's up. I kind of started with you. Well, you were before me. You were 10. Yeah. Not much, but a couple years. All right, Jason, where we going?
but you're great at that.
We'll talk later. The non-wing did that to me. They used to away from you, sex, you know? All right, so what do you guys want to do? We got a nice wine basket here, valued about $500. Starting, there's a bunch of stuff in here. You guys are wine people, right? Robin, where you at? Come check this stuff out. I don't want to tell you what's in here, but there's a bunch of stuff.
I'm not allowed to buy wine.
That's why I asked Robin. You know, all right, Jason, you know about wine, so you introduce the wine, because it's red and white, and I like ice in my wine. There's no Coors Light in here, let's out. We've got some great, we've got some Passerolles Cabernet. What else we got? Chardonnay, Cabernet, we got some Sauvignon Blanc and Sonoma. So, man, this is a very nice package. So, we're going to start from it. Ron, you up again, or what's up? Wine drinkers, we're looking at an older crowd. 300 over here. Okay, we got 300 at this table. How many we got? How many bottles we got? 350.
Hey, bud. Bud.
You know, Preston's still sitting over
I
there.
got Nate on the phone. Is that the one that Smith donated, or is that something else?
It's definitely the one, yeah. Tell Katie it's the one.
It's from Smith. It's Smith donated it, so I guess it's your. Oh, if you want to.
500. We're looking at 500.
You're 500 right now? 500 for the barrel of
No, we're
wine.
at 750.
750. But I just bid 500. We're at 750 now.
The one you already donated. They want you at that.
Who else we got? Where are we at right now? We're at 7. Bud's got 750.
We're going to go to the next one.
Oh, the next.
What over 500?
I'll go 800.
800. Jim. 800. We got 800. Here we go. Mike.
I'll give you 1,000.
Is that like the spelling on the last time we just speed it up, so we're just gonna brush it behind us? All right, $1,200 it is. $1,200, Mike Andrea. We got, you're another wine one, Jason, you're up again. I can handle the meat from NASCAR. This is gonna hot.
Okay, so we got,
Here we go. We got 2 wine glasses, 2 beer glasses, just in case you're undecided, and 2 programs. These programs are the Louis Gravel Classic, and we have 2 T-shirts to go along with that. 1 bottle of wine from Long Creek Vineyard, and West Capitol sign. So we got some history, we got some wine, so you can drink the wine, reminisce in history, and when you spill it, you got a new shirt. Oh, and we get a gift card. $100 gift card as well. What's the gift card for? Inspirational. Okay. Bud starts at 200. What else we got in the room? So we're awfully quiet in this corner over here. What are you doing, son? 300. We got 300 over. Apparently we're at 300. 300. Somebody give me 4 quick. Quick, I need 4. God, the package is worth more than that. Here we go. Jim's 4. We got 4 over there. Preston, you're 5. Sanders, there you go. Awfully quiet over there. We got 5 there here. Preston did 600. What else we got? Anyone else? 650? What did you say, Sanders? 6, 7. You want to add 2 grand? Like, come on, get off your lawn a little bit. You bought your wife a Louis Vuitton. You came to my shop with it. Well, she loved this wine. And the West Capitol sign. And you can get it. What's it? It's $100 to Simpson Racewell. See? Like, come on. I'll give you, I got some used ones at the shop. The tires are for auction. Alright, where are we at? Preston for 650, right? 650 Preston Cross. Once, what was that, Preston? 700 Preston twice. Sold. Preston Cross 650. And this is
be the winner.
This is, alright, so the new people haven't really got them. So you're going to send samples next year because we're getting the youth in here. We ain't got a whole lot of that people that know really what they taste like or what they are.
It just says 25 pounds of cookies.
25 pounds of cookies. They're cooked, so you don't have to cook them or have your mom cook them.
Really?
350? What did you say?
Okay.
Alright, Big Ed said 450 starting bid.
Hey, Lindsay.
500. 500. So these are literally, like, we had some ups and downs there. These cookies really kept us there for fun. I mean, it's like, I don't know, we could go do this and do that, but who's going to bake for us? Like, they're good stuff. So we're at 550. So 750. 48, same as Mike's money. Let's go $1,000. You guys can split it. You guys are together anyway. Let's come from the same house. $1,000, we're good? All right, $1,200. You're gonna split it. Cool. Thank you guys. We got 20 pounds of beef. If you guys were like me, now this is Roth. Didn't get away anything at the Roth race again. There's some tri-tip, Demo. You had your hand up. Demo just said 500. 500. 500.
Well, it might be 15 by the time she gets it.
Where we at? Where we at? What has she got, 1,000? We're at 1,000 right now.
$1,000 right now. We're at $1,000.
You're 1,000.
Demo.
$1,200.
1,200. Tell her she got tip the auctioneer. The what eye? Oh, come on. I'll show you what kind of eyes there are. There's dotted eyes. I think it's all tri-tip. There's some. It's all tri-tip and the whole thing, not just the tip. Where were we at with Katie? 1,500.
12.
All right, then we're. What was it? Demo said 1,300. Oh, Demo said 1,500.
Demo's at 15 now. Demo. The 2X stars.
Tell Katie $2,000 and I'll get her a centerpiece.
You're 1,500, and the bud said for 2,000 to throw a centerpiece.
Hey, they're really cool. She'll love it. Maury would have loved it.
You're 15 right now.
He would have. Maury would have been all over those things. Going once. Going twice, Katie.
Yeah.
You said yeah.
1.5 times. You better hurry up. You're going to end up in a NASCAR race.
16.
Huh?
16.
No centerpiece. Bless you. Excuse me? I know, Sam, as you raise your hand. $19.
Justin just went to 19.
For $2,000.
Let him have it, she said.
Sold to Justin Sanders. This is the last one. So normally we get a package from Super Dave. I don't know if you remember Dave Pyle's old tire guy back in the day. GM at Fontana. Anyhow, so this year, because there's no Fontana anymore, it's at the Bush Clash at the Coliseum, which I've been to a couple times. Super cool race, great event. 4 tickets, 4 pit passes for the Saturday and Sunday weekend at the Bush Clash at the LA Coliseum.
Oh, crap.
Start this. What's that, Aaron? $500? You raise your hand. I think it's $750. You raise it. Don't move your hands. You move your hands. You're $750, Aaron. You're gonna find out yourself there next. This is February 4th, 2024. February 4th, 2024. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Gonna get a head start on it. Spend a nice 10 days down there. Maybe hit up Disneyland or whatever you do. Where we at? 400? You already said 500, so how are you going down? 700. You raise your hand twice, you're at 700. Yeah, you can fly with me. He's got to buy a ticket. Starting at 3,500? 3,300. And don't just hit me up, he goes too. Where are we at? We're at 500, Aaron? Anybody else?
I'll go 1,000.
1,000, Demo? 1,200. I have Steve Williams text me earlier. He'd go a max of 2,000 bucks. 1,500, Aaron. Oh shit, sorry. Aaron, 1,500. 1,900, Demo. You just moved your hand. Aaron, were you itching your 2K? All right. This guy, he couldn't buy the ticket to get in here. Now he's gonna do $2,000 on this. How about Aaron and everybody? This Aaron's a race fan, comes to races. I had to ticket out there. Where are we at? I'm gonna finish this so I can get out of here and we can move on with the program. Are we at $2,000, Aaron? Aaron? how much? 22? 2,200, Aaron. $2,200 for Aaron.
Like he's going to be a freaking auctioneer or something like that. So that's awesome. How much we got there, Laurel? Approximately. Ballpark. A lot. Hey, you know what? Everybody, thank you very much for contributing to the NARC Benevolent Fund. Thank you very much. All right, so let's get this thing going here. So the 30,000 foot view of our season showcased 20 races at 13 tracks, and we paid out more than $800,000 in prize money. 91 drivers and 89 car owners competed on the NARC campaign this season in the quest to crown a 410 champion of the year. And obviously car counts are continuing to grow. To support that effort, we partnered up with 30 different companies, including our Point Fund sponsors, which were Hoosier Racing Tires, Flow Racing, and our regional sponsor, Napa Auto Parts, which is kind of a starting point for what we're going to be doing in the future. And obviously, we greatly appreciate their support of our series. Also want to point out that with the support of ARP for Fast Time, Brown & Miller Racing Solutions, Chemo's Tropical Car Wash, Raymond James Financial Services, Lifeline USA for heat races, and obviously Sunny Valley Bacon for our dashes. I mean, we're paying out, you know, when you guys get your payoffs, probably take it for granted. I know $100 isn't what it used to be, but that $100 is money that we self-generate internally. It does not come from the promoters. Then we, of course, we have, in addition to the Sunny Valley thing, we get to run up everybody's cholesterol numbers. I think we passed out, what, 200 pounds of bacon. We got the Williams Roofing Hard Charger Award. We got the MedTech Titanium Lap Leader Award. I mean, when you add it all up, and it's another grand or two a night, I mean, every bit of money I know helps pay the bills for you guys as race car teams. And once again, not coming from the promoters, and we're going to continue to do that on our side. So, in addition to that, and we got support of 14 other companies, thanks to Brent Kading, who hustled them all up. For NARC to, you know, we have a well-rounded contingency awards program. You know, when you break stuff or you got to buy new stuff, there's obviously a lot of discounts there, so that's helped us out a lot as well. And so once again, we can't do it with the sponsors. We greatly thank them. And all right, there you go. A season, 8 months it took to complete, and once again, great thing. It looked like a Corey Day highlight video there, but that's what happens when you just dominate everything going on with this. That was awesome. Once again, I want to thank Mike DeHogue for all his efforts in putting all the videos together. I mean, that took, you know, whatever, that video was 16 minutes long. I guarantee he's got at least 50 hours in it. So once again, thank you very much, Mike. I also want to thank the rest of our Flow Racing crew. Man, you watch the videos and you think we had 20 cameras at all these racing events here. This year, I mean, they battled through a ton of obstacles. We had equipment failures, Wi-Fi that is, I don't know, AOL dial-up in Oregon. They suck. And either way, they managed to put together a professional product throughout the year. I want to thank producer Alicia Garges, cameraman Brian Garges, Brandon O'Rourke, and once again Mike DeHogue. So thank you very much. And by the way, if you're wondering whether or not you should renew your Flow Racing subscription in 24, absolutely. We're in the process of signing an agreement, 2 more years with Flow Racing. So make it happen. Okay, let's get the award show started and pass out some awards, Point Fund checks and hardware. You know, we had a couple teams that kind of stiffed us today, and my motto is, you're not here, whatever. The video, you didn't exist, I don't know, whatever. Sean, make sure that never happened, all right? So we're going to start our countdown here with our 9th place driver in the NARC point standings. He got the job driving for 2 different car owners. Chase Johnson competed in all but 2 of our events in the zone number 24 sprint car, and also in the Josh Ford Motorsports number 73 at the fastest 4 days and at Skagit Speedway. Overall, Chase scored 13 top 10 finishes, which 6 were in the top 5. 4 of those were on the podium. In July, he scored his 3rd career NARC victory at Petaluma, And when I say third career NARC win at Petaluma, yes, he's won all 3 of his NARC races at Petaluma, so he likes that track. All right, most season my phone rings off the hook early in the season with multiple drivers and teams, and they're declaring their intention to run for NARC Rookie of the Year. Nick Parker was one of those, and it's a huge commitment, and most years about 75% of those guys are out of the running by May. So if you really want to talk about commitment, let's talk about, I don't know, Tucson driver Nick Parker here. Or maybe should I say Chico's Nick Parker, because his commitment to his racing team required him to relocate from Arizona to Northern California. And there's some stories in there that Sean and other guys shared with me about some shower they built for him. And it's lucky he didn't like slip and kill himself before he even got to the racetrack. So, and then once again, just you got to question Nick's sanity a little bit, because nobody moves to California. Whatever, it's all a good thing. Before I go any further here, here's a quick review of Nick Parker's season.
Performance 115 in his neck.
So Mr. Parker was one of only 8 teams to compete in all 20 events. He qualified for the feature event on 17 of those nights. Like any NARC rookie, he experienced some highs and some lows. And for the most part, he was a steady mid-pack qualifier, just trying to put together consistent laps. His best night produced a 10th place finish at Petaluma in July 8th. He also won a heat race and passed 20 cars this season. Would have got his first Hard Charger award of the season last night, but Billy Aton decided to spin out and make something special out of it, so Billy got it last night. So when the final points were tallied up, Nick Parker and his Shangri-La crew team finished 8th in both the driver and car owner standings. In addition to his top 10 representation, he backed up his early season commitment and was the highest finishing rookie driver. That has earned him the 2023 Johnstone Supply Rookie of the Year award. That's worth another $1,000. How about a round of applause for our 2023 NARC Rookie of the Year, Nick Parker.
Thank you.
There you go. I'm going to give you 2 more. After your big speech here. So.
Well, first I just want to start with thanking all the NARC officials and everyone who put this together and the whole year together. It's been a trying year for us, that's for sure. There's no doubt about it. We had a lot of trials, tribulations. As you see, the stats weren't very great, but due to my dad and mom's dedication, we got it done with a lot of motor issues this year. We actually had to run 360 a couple times this year. So, yeah, just this guy right here is dedicated. As far as the whole team, we got crew chief Sean Greeley, and big thanks to him and his wife and kid. Took me in somewhat like a little brother this year and let me come do laundry a couple times a week. And yeah, living in the shop, it's not the best life, but it's living the dream. So just big thanks to everyone that has guided me along this year, and thanks to all my supporters back home. I have Andy Eatwell with Rock Knocker, and a big supporter of as well as Metal Tech with Steve Lone, is supporting me along this couple years. This journey has been it's been a lot of trial, but it's been a lot of fun as well. So being out in California is just, you know, having a lot of fun. But big thanks to everyone who's also touched this car this year. Doug sitting over there in the back, my brother Thomas, my buddy in the Air Force now, Lance, Brian Hubert, just a lot of big help. So just want to thank everyone, and we'll see y'all next year. Thank you.
So you guys are gonna go see Joe back there? All right. So by the way, you're gonna do a couple things here. You're gonna go back there and see Joe Shevak, and who I didn't announce earlier, he's another one of my go-to photographers. He's gonna be taking pictures back there. So head back there when you get your hardware, and then see Brent over here at the table. Is that what we're doing? Bud, somebody. We got free stuff for you over there. A lot of good stuff. So, oh yeah, by the way, Nick, I forgot one thing. Because you're a rookie and you didn't ever get to a dash or anything like that, we got 10 pounds of bacon for him. We'll have him old and overweight in no time. Speaking of Rookies of the Year, Billy Aton was one 3 years ago. I mean, that seems like only yesterday, and now he is a regular on the NARC tour. Here are some of the highlights of Billy Aton's season.
Aton's going to win a final E-race.
With the finishing touches on this sunny Howard Bacon Trophy Dash National Bells, and Aton is going to win.
So for the third straight year, Billy Aton made it to every NARC show on the schedule, and that's no small commitment. In hindsight, I'm pretty sure Mr. Aton would admit that the first 6 races of the season were just downright brutal. I think I was talking him off as like a suicide hotline for him because it was pretty rough there for a while. Thought he was going to throw in the towel, but you know what? That's not in Billy's DNA. He went through a streak where he seemed couldn't just had himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Once this team got past that rough patch, they began to click, and they posted 7 top 10 finishes. His best finish was a 7th place outing at Petaluma Speedway during the Salute to Baylands Raceway Park. He also won a heat race, a Sunny Valley Bacon Dash. He passed 27 cars, and he earned his first Williams Roofing Hard Charger Award last night at Stockton. He's a former NARC Rookie of the Year, a NARC feature winner at Santa Maria for the 3rd straight season. He's a top 10 finisher in the NARC point standings. He's a 7th place driver and car owner. Give it up for Billy Aton and the Aton Racing team. Congrats, buddy. There you go. There's one, and there's the other.
Well, this year started off a little rough, and we got through it. Once we got clicking there about halfway through the season, we had some decent finishes and some decent starts. What makes us go around, I want to thank the sponsors, TPU, Redline Oil, Transport Products Unlimited, DSI, Legacy Glass, and Plant Reclamation. I'd also like to thank Dave. You know, he's there at the racetrack during the week. My dad, my mom, my girlfriend for always supporting us. And the only time she ever got mad is when we gave away the bacon. So thank you all for being here. Thanks to staff and everyone that puts this on.
Dave for filling up the generator.
There you go. He's leaving with a check for $4,500 too. So at this time, I want to bring up Mike Andretta and Chris Cajun Good to present the Billy Albini Mechanic of the Year Award.
I wanted to come up and do this. Cajun's not here. He met me last night, gave me some cash. We had a good conversation, but I got to tell you a little story before I get into presenting this award. Last week at the Trophy Cup, when the race was over and I watched Corey win the championship down there, or the points thing, I walked out onto the racetrack and Jason was standing out there, and I went up to him and congratulated him for how well the car went. And I said, dude, I watched this young man race. I watched a lot of people race all my life. I've never seen anybody be able to handle the car the way he handles it. Wherever he puts it, the car stays there, does a great job. Does a really good job in the car, and Jason said, yeah, you ought to see this guy's footwork. And I go, it didn't register, footwork. And on my way home, I was driving home, and I got to thinking about, I used to go visit Jason and his family at his house years and years ago, and I walked down to the hall, I think, to go to the bathroom. There was all these photos up on the wall, and this guy was a dancing champion. Which, when you dance, your footwork makes a big difference. And then right after that, he became the world outlaw champion twice, and he's got good footwork and dance. Well, I started thinking about this young man, and I love his dad. He's a good friend for a long time, and I thought his legacy would be because his dad was a very good race car driver. And but his dad can't dance for shit. He can't dance at all. But the person that danced in that family, and his legacy for sure, is his mother, Carol. She's the best dancer there is. That's why he can take care of his feet. Let me grab this thing here. You didn't win it. So here's the deal with this trophy. Billy, never mind. Bill Albini is a great friend of everybody here. I miss him a lot. Cajun obviously misses them. And so when he passed away, Cajun and I built this trophy, and we give it out annually. If you win it, you get to take it home. We also buy a ring for the driver of the year, and we give him $1,000. So there's a ring in this box, $1,000 on it. And the gentleman that won this, which does a great job, Shane Flowers, can you come up here, Billy? How much around that? Yeah, I don't know what you have to say. Here's your money. This is your money. Don't give it to them people over there. So, we'll take this home now. We'll come and get it back at the end of the year. Okay?
This is pretty cool to win, especially the fact that it honors a legend like Billy. I just got to thank my team, Preston, his family, Jason, his family, for working hard to give us anything we need to do the job we do, and especially got to thank HP, Stephen, Eddie, Kenny, Mason, everybody that gives us a hand. Couldn't do this without all of you guys. Thank you.
love when we catch them sort of as a surprise. So that's awesome. So congratulations. All right. Next up in our countdown is the very familiar yellow number 83 sprint car owned by David and Debbie Bertullo with Dylan Bloomfield behind the wheel. So here is their car in action this season. For the second consecutive year, the Bertullo team competed in all 20 events on the NARC schedule, and we greatly appreciate their loyalty. This team formed near the tail end of last year and raced just enough to lose their NARC Rookie of the Year eligibility here. But kind of within one race, this is basically Dylan's rookie campaign. This season, Dylan opened the fastest 4 days in motorsports by setting fast time honors at Southern Oregon Speedway. He backed that up the same night with a career best 4th place finish in a non-stop feature. Overall, this team posted 6 top 10 finishes, 2 of which were in the top 5, and in the process passed 38 cars in the main event. Now, I usually don't give much credit to 360 races, but he's finally got that victory lane. He's got the feel, the smell of what that is. He actually won that fall national event, so hopefully that'll get him on the fast track here to a NARC main event. When we total up the final points, this team finished 6th in both the driver and car owner points. How about a hand for Dylan Bloomfield and David Bertullo?
Well, I hate speaking in front of a ton of people, but this is a little nerve-wracking. But first off, I want to congratulate Corey and everybody on the championship, and Jason Myers and all them. It's very cool. We growing up racing with each other throughout the years of micro sprints and stuff, which is cool. So to see that, it's pretty awesome. And yeah, I can't thank Dave and Debbie Bertullo enough for this opportunity this year. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. My team, Rusty and Rich, they've been working hard all season. My mom and my dad for supporting me so much to just get me here. And yeah, I just can't thank everybody enough that's got me here. And Jim Allen and the whole NARC crew, they've done great this year. And yeah, thank you.
Before you go, how much do you weigh, Dylan?
120 pounds.
120 pounds, right?
So good what?
Never done that.
All right, so before you go anywhere, 120 pounds, I mean, what does this guy need right here? Bacon, yeah. There you go. 10 pounds of bacon, buddy, enjoy.
Yeah, cool, thank you.
Congrats, buddy. And he's leaving with $5,500, so that'll work. All right, the BK 69 Sprint Car team is an institution on the NARC Sprint Car Tour with a heritage that has won more championships than any other team ever. Here is Bud Kading and the BK Racing Team number 69 in action.
Phenomenal racetrack, the 2017 NARC Fortune Sprint Cars Champion. I can't believe the performance of these. So rock, Al's Roofing Supply, High Five Pizza Company, HackRapids.com, Moss Brothers, Powder Coating, Shaper Specialty, Powered Maximum, but Katie.
As usual, this team competed in every NARC event this year, qualified for the feature in 19 nights, and their goal for the BK team has always been to chase championships and chase points, and there's few teams better at it. This year, Bud was always on the move in heat races. He won 4 heat races. Come feature event time, the team notched 14 top 10 finishes, of which 6 were in the top 5. And he's already coming up here. His best finish of the year was at Petaluma in May, where they chased race winner Dominic Selsley to the checkered. He should have won that one, by the way. The 69 Sprint Car blew past 46 cars this year in the Williams Roofing Hard Charger contest. And when you add it all up, it kind of generates an interesting stat, and that is for the 10th consecutive year, including our 4-race COVID season, Bud Kading has finished in the top 5 in the NARC Championship points standings.
Who won the COVID season?
You did, by the way, yeah. So if you were sick during COVID season, he won the championship. So there you go. Quite an accomplishment. 10 years in the top 5. That's a heck of a racing career. He is the 5th place driver. BK Racing is the 5th place car owner. He's the 2017 NARC champion, Bud Kading. BK Racing.
That video was short. You guys tried to make me look good there. Even showed us loading the trailer. Like you had nothing else to put in there. Not a dash win, not a main win, so like, yeah, it's your fault. Let's put in them loading the trailer. That'll be good. A hell of a highlight. Hopefully next year we load the trailer better. Get that on there. I just want to thank, obviously, my dad, always been behind me and supporting me, helping me through the ups and downs, more downs lately than the ups, but I don't know if you walk by our pit, we're normally yelling at each other, pointing at each other, throwing shit at each other. My daughter, my wife, my crew, my friends from up the street, they help me with all my apparel sales, cleaning the trailer all week, Dave and Kelly. And I met Dave. I met him at Disneyland, actually. My wife met him at a barbecue, and I met Dave at Disneyland, and ends up he lives a couple houses up, and I showed up to a 230 packs on my porch one day, and that was for taking him to lunch. And they've come to the races with me pretty much every week that something ain't going on, helping me out, so I appreciate your help. Jason, Preston, I mean, Ronnie Day. Shit, Ronnie, I knew you, I've known you since... I've known you as long as you can know something.
Well, yeah, I've known you a little bit longer than that, so.
Like, there's a couple things I know longer than you, but there's not a whole lot.
Pigpen, you're still Pigpen.
I get it, I get it. And I mean, I'm from driving in Don Chapin's trailer at Calistoga back in the day, right?
Right.
Just very cool. I mean, I told a story last night to Jason and these guys, swimming at the pool at the Grand California and the hotel at Disney, and I'm drinking a beer on the side of it now, and Ronnie comes up and he's telling Corey, and this is Bud, and he's telling him all this cool stuff that I've been doing racing. And it was a long conversation at the time, or I thought, 2 or 3 minutes. And then today it'd be like, yeah, this is Bud. It'd be a whole different introduction, but that had been at least 10 plus years ago.
Right.
And then Corey starts racing a micro, and he's good and then you're the older guy at that time, and this kid's a good in a micro, and that's not a sprint car, it's not a big deal. It's like a micro, right? But done a great job. I remember when he first started, him and Ronnie, and Ron, at that time, Ronnie couldn't put the nose wing post back on. And they got aligned with good people with Jason. Right, got aligned with all you guys, Jason and Preston and HP and Shane and oh shit, Jesus. It's been a long time since I've seen domination out here, and I've obviously been watching the West Coast racing for a long time with, being around it my whole life, and my dad being the guy that was dominant, and guys like Jason coming in when he was up here, and learned a lot, I think, from my dad, and and trying to beat all that, and then for you guys to come in and win and just literally, I mean, I really don't think I was fortunate enough to even run second to you all year, but to just watch you just kick everyone's ass all year. Like, literally, if you started on the front row or the last row, it really didn't matter. Everyone felt good at the first half of the year when you start in the back. We're like, yeah, we're going to have to deal with him. And then all of a sudden, yeah, you were there. Very cool to see, very impressed. I know we don't talk a lot at the races. I text you quite a bit, or, you know, when I feel I need to, and even when we're trying to pull some stuff over on my daughter. She doesn't know about that until right now. Literally, she has no idea that I told you to do that. Just now. I never told her. My daughter told me one day at lunch, Corey Days sent me messages on Snapchat, or I'm sorry, Instagram. And wait. She's just trying to bully me at this time. Corey won. I probably got lapped the night before. I don't even know. And I'm like, all right. And then my wife tells me, oh, she's just messing with you, you know, like, because Corey's the new thing, and you're the old thing. And I'm like, all right, cool. So now I know this. So I text Ronnie. I'm like, Ronnie, send me Corey's number. So Ronnie sends me Corey's number. I text Corey. I'm like, hey, Corey, DM my daughter right now. So he DMs my daughter exactly what she told me he said. And now we're at lunch, and she's looking at me like, and she's not saying nothing. And then she goes, Corey Day direct messaged me. I'm like, really? What'd he say? I don't know. And then he's like, she won't approve me. And I'm like, it was just funny. So anyway, very proud of you guys. Jason, it's very crazy. Obviously, I've been around this a long time. You were here in the Reno days, the Banquet, and I think that from then to now, coming back, I think that Jim and everyone still puts a top-notch program together. Good thing it's not in Reno no more, because half these kids couldn't get into the Banquet or go across the floor, right? There'd be about 15 of us, and we just have the Banquet at the crap table. But very proud of all you guys, and Jason again, Ronnie, all you, and Carol, everyone, Preston. We've done all this together forever. Friends, fighters, mad at each other, not mad. Justin Sanders, Demo, the guy that's always pissed off and motherfucking me. You with the glasses, what's your name? Hunter, that's right. Anyway, thank you guys. Hopefully we can put it together next year and do it again, but good luck to everybody and what you got left. Have a good holiday, and thanks again, Jim. Split yellows again. Thank you.
All right, so let's see. Bud's leaving with a check for $6,000, which is pretty good. All right, before the 2023 season got underway, car owner Joshua Bates told me that his team was ready to chase championships. And to make that happen, the Bates Hamilton team put together an impressive team with Justin Cox behind the wheel. Here are some of their highlights.
Strategies, Raymond James Financial, he raised number 3 to be won by the Bates Hamilton Racing. This year's Justin Cox will win. As Justin Cox of the Bates Hamilton Racing on 42X will win. He raced number 1, presented by Hardware Racing.
On the inside, so I was shaking really hard. Couldn't see that straight. I wear glasses in the car, they flew out.
Here comes Justin Sanders, who has a big wheel stand from the 42X. And she's down there.
I beat the two best in California, so I can't believe I'm up here. I've been took a long time in my life doing something cool, and we just did tonight, so
By the way, I'll go on the record too, man. When you guys are getting victory lane and you get that heartfelt victory and your voice cracks, oh God, when I'm interviewing, I hate that because, man, I cry during like Homeward Bound and stuff. So this is horrible. Allergies, man. Last time Justin Cox chased NARC points was in 2016, and team expectations were high. And they put together a solid performance in 2023, scoring fast time honors at the Anthony Simone Classic, and they captured 6 heat race victories. Overall, this team led 42 laps, earned 2 Williams Roofing Hard Charge Awards, and passed, this number's not right, but they passed 40-something cars on their way to 16 top 10 finishes. Of those, 5 were in the top 5, 3 of those were on the podium. One of the things that Justin was searching for this season more than anything else was his first career NARC victory, which obviously is harder than it sounds. However, Indiana decided that if he was going to win, he was going to win big, and he did exactly that, as you saw in the video. He outran the best in California to pocket a healthy $18,383 payday by winning the inaugural Dennis Roth Classic, and that's a legacy builder right there. So with that in mind, we're going to acknowledge Joshua Bates and Roger Hamilton as the 4th place car owners, and Justin Cox as the 4th place driver in the final NARC standings, and the driver is the 2023 Sprint Car Challenge Tour Championship driver. Give a hand to them as they come up to the podium. Hey, all of them come up to the podium.
All of them?
Yeah, just...
Okay. I'll make this short and sweet. Jim, thank you for everything. It's nice to race under the NARC banner. I grew up on the floor of Dwayne Starr's shop with my dad. He had a short stint in the Tognotti's car, and it's been in my life my whole life. So to do it under NARC is cool. You guys do an awesome job, and this year's been a blessing for myself to Josh Bates, Roger, and Lori Hamilton give me a call to drive a top-notch team. You know, that's every driver's dream to do that, and I haven't had the shot to run a 410 a lot, so I'm enjoying the hell out of it, man, and yeah, like my wife says, I'm a one-hit wonder so far, so hopefully we can pull off a few more in the future, but so far the one-hit wonder pays for about 5 of these things, so standard. So yeah, no, just having a blast. We have a lot of great partners on our team with Benefit RFP, Lipper Construction, Danny Work Sales, Montego Construction, ADS, Cloud Valco, Tiger, the list goes on, there's a million. But yeah, I have a great group of guys. Scotty, our crew guys, he's awesome, he's fun. Rev Chip, Hayden Klein isn't here, that's Herman Klein's son, and he's done a lot of help for us. And yeah, just blessed to be here. Great racing with all you guys, and we'll be back next year.
Make sure you guys see Joe back there, get some pictures taken here, so. Our next award is the Dave Bradway Jr. Inspirational Trophy, and as the title states, it's awarded to a person in our racing family who is inspirational to those around us. This can be done by way of their contributions to the sport or by way of the way they touch the hearts and minds of the racing family. Some of the past winners include Brent Kading, Mike Andrietta, Cajun, Clyde Lamar, the Dorikas, Peter Murphy, Dennis Roth, and several others, and all comes with an interesting story. Now, before I start this, I actually am going to apologize in advance to the recipient if I happen to churn up some bad memories. But to comprehend this story, you have to understand it. This story began on a normal cool night in November 2022, and the races had just ended in Merced. Teams are loaded up and beginning the journey home for the upcoming Thanksgiving weekend, just like all you guys do on race nights. Then the unthinkable happened. The RV that they were driving home in ahead of the race car hauler was struck head-on at a high rate of speed by another vehicle. The sheer destruction was absolutely devastating, like something out of a war movie. Now, Dustin and Shannon Bloomfield and her dog Coda, who were in the RV, were crushed. Shannon took a direct hit and her life was instantly in jeopardy. Now, not to diminish Dustin or the dog's injuries, but the injuries suffered by Shannon were unfathomable and hard to comprehend. They were truly a worst case scenario. So, where's the inspirational part of this story? In today's world, much of our lives are shared on social media, and Dustin and Dylan, did their best to provide us with updates and prognosis during these especially tough times. We were captivated, praying with fingers crossed. It seemed so very dire at the beginning. We weren't sure if she was going to make it.
But one thing became evident as the days and weeks progressed, and I knew I was going to do this. Sorry. So, Shannon Bloomfield is a fighter. She endured and suffered through hours and hours of surgeries, physical therapies, and has more titanium in her than your average strength car. Slowly, what started as life-threatening began to show signs of hope, and hope became healing, and that healing slowly became the new normal. And by God's good graces, she is with us here today. If you follow her story, it was inspiration just for the fact that she never gave up. And it's safe to say, after viewing that long list of injuries, there's my dad. Shannon Bluefield pushed forward in the long and very painful recovery process. She was managed to make a cameo appearance at Antioch only 5 months after the accident happened. You know, maybe she was a step slow, but you know, she was under her own power, and that was pretty amazing. Her healing and corrective surgeries continue to this day, and she strives to get back to a new normal. Sorry.
You can do it.
It's all right. Take a sip of your drink.
I got a big heart. She's trying to get back to a new normal where she continues to cheer on and support her son Dylan in the Bertullo 83 sprint car. Shannon has been inspirational to watch because it proves that racers and their families are not quitters. So, you want something inspirational, the fact that this woman can walk up to this podium and collect this trophy in her own home.
Been a challenge, and I can't thank my husband, my son, the Bertullo family, my whole race team to keep pushing me forward. The racing family community has been nothing but amazing to me and my family. I believe in not quitting. I'm not a quitter. I've never been a quitter. I don't think any of us in this room are quitters. You fight for what you love, the passion that you have, and you go after it. You make that dream possible, and my dream is to be at every race my son can be at, if I'm not, of course, having surgery. With that said, thank you for such being an amazing family to me, my family, supporting my boy when I was not there. You don't understand the love that I felt, he felt when I wasn't there. Thank you all. I really do appreciate it, and it means a lot to have you all behind us. Thank you.
This thing's bigger than she is.
Weighs as much as my son.
Phew, that was a tough one.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Boy, I read that thing 10 times, no problems. By the way, how's the dog doing? We all want to know. There we go. All right, good. All right. Whew. All right, here we go. Game face on. There we go. Next up is our 2021 and 2022 NARC Championship team with Dominic Selzy and Selzy Enterprises. This team has had aspirations for a three-peat this year. Even with an old and overweight driver. So here is their car in action.
Dominic Selzy will be a pole sitter through the Sunny Valley Bacon Trophy Dash. Continental Racing Solutions Heat Race number 1 will be your Team of Continental Heat Race number 2 winner. He won me out of it, and
Corey's on it right now. It's really cool to see. He's like 12 and a half years old. He's waxing. The roll cage I was done. So,
Tonight's winner of the Peter Murphy Classic finale of the NARC 410 series.
All right, the first 7 races of the season turned out to be a shootout between Corey Day and Dominic. Day won the 2 out of the first 3 features, and before Dominic scored at Antioch Speedway. Then he proceeded to win the $11,000 to win Peter Murphy Classic and a May race at Petaluma. The championship battle was on as Dominic added 4 other top 10 finishes during that stretch. Celsi also led most of the key NARC categories. He took home a club high 70 pounds of bacon, which you can't tell by taking the photographs of him. And he had 7 dash wins. He also won 7 heat races, which also earns him a special $500 bonus today from Jim Taves of Chemo's Tropical Car Wash. Unfortunately, his hot start cooled down a little as the season progressed, and at that point, Corey Day was the man to beat. Overall, Celsi and company posted 14 top 10 finishes, of which 12 were in the top 5 and 7 were on the podium. He led 120 laps, passed 44 cars, and earned the Hard Charge Award on 2 other nights. That all adds up to a solid season. It all makes Dominic want to come back even younger and thinner. So with that, this team finished 3rd in both the NARC driver and car owner standings. Dominic Celsi and the Celsi Enterprise team. And the second award is a NARC feature event winner, our Canadian representation here, Jimmy Carr. Sorry, dropping your money. I haven't signed that one. You can't have that one yet.
Lucky for you guys, Dominic couldn't get day pass from Shady Acres today, so I got to fill in.
Take your shirt off.
That's not happening. Congratulations to Corey. Good job all year. Shane, great job. And Jason, really happy for all you guys. Probably going to see you all next year. Keep it short and sweet. There you go. Congrats. There you go.
And they're leaving with a check for $8,000. So Justin Sanders and car owner Demo Mitri attacked the 2023 season with championship aspirations as well. Their Redding, California team, base team put together an impressive season. Here are some of their highlights.
Racetrack and 62 grand to the winner, Justin Sanders. The 4th and final corner, down the front straightaway, Justin Sanders winning heat race number 1. Number 2, there he goes. There's Justin Sanders again. Totally dance up top. A lot of motion out there. Eric, run, Eric, run.
This team was fast right out of the gate, and was the only team to rack up stats in every category in the Hoosier by the numbers scoreboard. They set quick time a club high 4 times, claimed 6 heat race victories, including one last night at Stockton, picked off a Sunny Valley Bacon Dash, earned a pair of Hard Charge Awards, and Sanders, who's accustomed to winning a couple times a month, was forced to wait until the 15th race of the season before racking up his 15th career win. But it may have been worth the wait because it was the biggest win of his career, and it was worth a stout $62,000 at the Super Dirt Cup at Skagit. And that celebration in Victory Lane was emotional, and it showed what it actually meant to this hardworking team. So And I liked it just for the fact that I didn't have to listen to those people say the All-Star guys are better than NARC guys. NARC guys are shit. It's like, you know what? Justin Sanders made them shut the hell up. I love that. He backed that up by scoring his first career win at King Speedway at the end of September when he claimed the Maury Williams feature and the overall title. Overall, this team notched 19 top 10 finishes, of which 14 were on the top 5, including a 5th last night. 8 of those were on the podium, and in most years that effort would be worthy enough to take home a couple of these Ford steering wheels up here. Unfortunately for them, it wasn't their day. Pardon the pun. All right. I'm proud to bring forward the driver who finished in the runner-up spot in the final NARC tally, and the car owner who has finished in the runner-up spot 2 seasons in a row, Justin Sanders and Demo Mitri.
Thanks, Jim. Man, I'm telling you, this is the worst. I hate being up here. I'd rather start next to Corey on the front row at Hanford for 20 grand than stand up here. But, just got to thank Demo Mitri, his dedication to the sport and everything he does for our team. His son Max was sick this year and he wasn't able to race as much. And, he's an icon of the sport. He's here to race, and he kept racing with me and kept pushing forward. And he's why I'm standing up here. I couldn't, that 82,000 or 62,000, 82,000, whatever you want to call it. I would not be standing up here, and I wouldn't have that win if it wasn't for him. Like I said, this whole thing's all because of him. Hunter S. Brady, he's been a good friend of mine. He's helped me out a lot this year and last year, and he lives with me. Like I said, me and him have become good friends. We've spent a lot of late nights in the shop trying to get our cars better and figure out how to beat the 14 or even compete with the 14. So just got to thank Hunter for everything he's done. My fiance Brooke for not yelling at us or bitching at us when we're outside until about 12 o'clock at night. Trying to make our cars faster. And I don't know what to say. I'm rambling up here, but again, got to thank Demo Mitri, North County Plastering, FK Rod Ends, Walker Performance Filtration, Factory Cane, Shark Racing Engines, Farmers Brewing Company, Mitri Construction. Just everybody that helped us out throughout the year and puts me up here. Where I got a long off season. Getting spanked by Corey that many times, I can't swallow it. It keeps me up at night. So we'll be working all off season. No Australia this year. Be working all off season, trying a couple different cars, trying a couple different packages, and seeing what we can do to try to at least compete with these guys. So congrats to Corey Day, Shane Bowers, Ronnie and Carol. You guys have an awesome son. Jason Myers and his whole team, HB Preston. You guys built a team that we all strive for, and honestly, it's gonna push us all to be better. So I gotta admit, as much as I hate getting beat, the will to lose is better than the thrill to win. So I gotta thank you guys, and just gotta thank everybody for coming out, all the NARC officials, everybody for putting us together. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate everybody coming out. We're not here to honor the first losers because we take it in stride, though. We tried very hard and thought we were going to we did have a really good season. There's no testament to that, but wow, for Corey, this young man, to sit here and watch him. He's a good friend of my son's and the whole family. We've actually became pretty good friends, and it's an honor. I got goosebumps on the back of my neck talking about this kid, and for us to compete against them, Jason, Preston, Ronnie, and Carol, and of course the kid with the fancy shoes there. You better insure those feet because those suckers are worth some money. So anyway, it's an absolute honor. I mean, you're only as good as your competition, and man, when you're out there racing against these guys, it just makes us better as a team. And all you guys are racers out here, and you know that you want to beat the best. And when you get to beat somebody like that, and you're gonna years from now go, oh yeah, I remember that kid was, what'd he say, 12 and a half, and he was out there racing, and you got to run with them or beat them or be neck and neck with them, and it's just amazing because these guys deserve this. I mean, this is a first-class operation, and this kid is unbelievable, and it's from the start to finish, even between Ronnie and Carol, how they raised this kid, and they're not letting him go all the way up, right up. They're like, nope, he's going to be 18 and he's going to graduate from high school, and I appreciate that, and it's a true testament to they're grounded. They are very grounded people, and they know what they got, and they said, this is how we want our kid. Doesn't matter what everybody else wants. This is what we want for our son. And that's why he's a champion, and it's going to go far for this kid, and I appreciate it all. I want to thank everybody else, and Justin too, and Jim and everything. We put a hard team and a hard fought this year, and we tried really hard, and it was good. I mean, we won some races, and we won some big races, and I can't complain. And like everybody else says, it would have been a winning season other than this little kid right here, but whatever. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it any day. I mean, Justin and I have only been together 2 years, and we're 2 runners-ups, and we'll be back next year, and and we'll do it again. Thank you.
I'm going to say that I run second to Corey at least 8 times, so I just want to say that.
All right, once again, make sure you go see Joe back there for some photos here before the night's over, or day's over, or wherever we're at. Day, night, whatever. All right, we're here. It's time to crown our 2023 Northern Auto Racing Club Championship team, the team that will be perpetually locked into the NARC history books. Now, California is already famous for developing talented open-wheel drivers, many of whom have made a name for themselves on the national stage. This year's championship driver, Corey Day, was extremely focused and not only shined on the NARC stage, but also on the national level, winning the Gold Cup Race of Champions. And this is all before he turns 18 years old. However, winning is a team sport, and as Corey has first to tell you in all of his Victory Lane interviews, he was surrounded by a first-class team. This team included World Outlaw Champion and car owner Jason Myers, a Mechanic of the Year Shane Bowers and his crew, and despite what they say about Ronnie Day, great parents. So here's a video of what they accomplished this NARC season.
Job done. You can work. First win for Corey Day at Skagit Speedway. For the first time in 2023, Corey Day is going to win with the NARC 410. With the ball downstairs, Corey Day goes, they nearly touch it on one corner. Corey Day will hold. Now turn over 2 from the kid from Columbus is the Jason Myers 14 of Corey Day picks up the heat victory. And he will start on the inside from one time, staying in Corey Day. Celebratory done. Yes, Corey Day. I'm gonna need some serious dry cleaning afterwards.
You can see proud parents down there just watching the video. There's just nothing but $1 million smiles down there. That's awesome. This team fired out this. Oh yeah, here you go. This this team fired out of the starting blocks in April, winning 3 of the first 6 races of the season. And of the 3 they didn't win, they finished second. I mean, the kid was on fire. I mean, and if you're a longtime fan of the sport, I mean, those are Brent Kading numbers. Corey claimed the $10,000 to win Anthony Simone Classic in Hanford, opening night of the Dennis Roth Classic at Tulare, and opening night of the Peter Murphy Classic. Then in mid-June, they even caught more on fire, if there's a possible thing, winning 3 of the 4 fastest days in motorsports. They parked it at Southern Oregon Speedway, the Douglas County Dirt Track, and Grays Harbor Raceway. And then they also, something I forgot to give you earlier, right there is a fastest 4 days in motorsports trophy for the point leader, and that one's yours as well. So whatever, so he obviously won that championship. There was no real points race there, he just dominated that. The team continued their victory lane rampage to claim both preliminary nights of the Super Dirt Cup at Skagit before finishing an impressive 3rd in the finale. When you add all that up, he led 160 laps this season and racked up 9 victories in 20 races, which is 45% of our races. Those 160 laps led were a club high and earned him an additional $500 bonus here from MedTech Titanium today. His victories represent a modern-day record, post-2000 record for most wins in the season, tying Tyler Walker's mark in 2009. Corey Day and the Jason Myers Racing Team also scored 17 top 10 finishes, of which 15 of those were on the podium. That focus from day one made him nearly impossible to catch in the championship standings. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure that I introduce to you the youngest driver to ever win a NARC or King of the West championship at 17 years, 11 months, and 6 days old. He has been described by some as a once-in-a-generation talent, and we hope that he never forgets his roots in California. Your 2023 NARC championship driver and car owner, Corey Day and Jason Myers.
I think like everyone else that stood up here said, this sucks. I hate doing this. It's a lot easier when you have the adrenaline when you're fresh out of the car. But yeah, man, just want to say thanks to Jim Allen and the whole NARC team. And you know, everyone that's out there is not young guys besides Derek, but you know, they come every single weekend and do the job that needs to be done, and they do a good job at it. So hats off to them. And like I said in all my interviews, hats off to my whole team for working hard week in and week out, and you know, giving me a car and a team to perform, to be able to win a championship like this. So big thanks to Tim Hamill too. This guy flies really under the radar, but he's been a big help to our team this year and getting everyone in line, and you know, just getting us to the point to where we can dominate like this. So big thanks to him. And yeah, it just it's crazy. I think the only thing that I didn't accomplish this year on my list of goals was Dirt Cup, and you know, that guy got it, and he deserves it. I know. He deserves it more than anyone did. So good job to you guys. You put up a fight right to the end to us, and you know, I thought we had it locked up there for a little bit, and then I stepped on it, and you guys were close, and we had to get back up on the wheel and seal it off. But like I said, man, my team just works really, really hard, and I'm going to thank all of them: HP, Preston, Eddie, Jason, Stefan, Mason, Carson, Shane, just every single person that comes to the races and that works hard in the shop, even if they don't end up at the track during the weekend. You know, the work doesn't go unnoticed, and without them, we wouldn't be where we are. And you know, the 14 has a long list of sponsors this year that all believe in me and our team to do the job that we do. And you know, so I got to thank Phil Durst, Myers Constructors, Four Seas Construction, Smith Titanium, Autry Plumbing, S&J Lumber, FK Rod-Ends, Factory Cane, System One, Pit Pay, Pella Motors, Ticket Haas. I'm sure there's a bunch I'm forgetting there, but you know, they all believe in us and, you know, help us, and without them, you know, we wouldn't be able to go do the job we do. So you know, this guy right here took a chance on me in the beginning of 2021, and I think I had maybe 5 sprint car races under my belt, and I'd never ran a 410 before. And you know, he took me to a race in Arizona where, you know, it was before the outlaw season, before anything, and
So all the good guys were there, and you know, we actually blew up we had our motor in the car, and we blew it up on the practice night. It got hot and burned a head gasket, so we couldn't run it. And you know, he put their motor in, and we went and raced, and ended up going good for us. And after that, I feel you know, we just kind of took it off from there. And you know, so without him and without Preston Cross sitting over there, and my mom and dad, of course, I wouldn't be sitting or standing up here today, and wouldn't be the person I am. So big thanks to all you guys again, and just a pretty crazy year, and I'm glad that we could get it done.
Always impressed with Corey. From, you know, he mentioned going to Arizona, and when I retired and came home in 2013, my son wasn't born yet. He was born in 2015, and I think we spent that summer, he was born in January, we spent that summer sitting in the back of the pickup at Little Okie watching this kid clear doubles on his KTM 65. And he's just, you know, he's been impressive since he was a little kid. He was a little shit for a while. Now he's impressive again. And everybody goes through that, right? But you know, thank you. There's a running joke in between the team of, is he really Ronnie's kid or is he my kid with the blonde hair? So now that I told Ronnie today, now that he's turning 18, we can finally admit that he's mine. Now that I don't have to pay child support. You know, it's putting together a great team is really what it's all about. And you know, everybody is sitting here this weekend with us: Tim, Preston, Kenny, Eddie, HP, Shane, Stefan, Mason, and the wives, my wife, Robin, Carol, mom and wife, mom twice, half wife, half mom, Lindsay, Julie, everybody in the room, Shane and Stacy, who uprooted their family and moved to California to be part of this team. Shane was part of my last World of All Out championship and now part of this championship as well. And I don't know how many of you know how big of a deal. Do you realize how many words Shane said up here tonight?
We don't call it noisy for nothing.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. But this is you know, Preston and I met in 1998-ish, somewhere around there. He was my crew chief in 99 and 2000. I then went out on the road and spent 12 years out on the road. And what I've always enjoyed about our friendship is we might go 6 months without talking, but the second we get on the phone, it's like we just talked last week. And our friendship has endured years and years of just everything you go through in life, of raising our families. And to get to do this together, we tried several times together and didn't get it done. And to be standing up here today with Corey and with this entire group of people is just, it's special. And I was thinking this morning, you know, we've all bought the t-shirt that says racing's a life sentence, but I really believe racing's a life's gift. If you look at the people in this room, you look at the people that stood up here today, and thank you to all of you, by the way, because when I was here 21 years ago was probably, I think, the last banquet I was at, that same group was standing up here taking that recognition. And Jim, to you and the entire team that you've not only assembled but held together over the years, and to Brent, all that you've given to the sport, not only yourself but your family and everybody involved in your business. This is special. You go around the country, you go around the world being parts of different things in business and in life and at church and everywhere else. But this group right here, it's special. It comes, it goes, we fight, we get along, and at the end of the day, everybody's here. My wife asked me a couple weeks ago on the way to Tulare, like literally we're just driving down the road talking about everything we got going on, and my younger daughter is upset right now that I'm talking because she's got a party at 5:30 we got to be home for. And everything that we have going on, and the question just comes up of why are we doing this? And I didn't have an answer for it, and I've actually thought about it quite a bit since we were talking about that day, and we're on it. I think what I did tell her that day is this sport doesn't exist without people like us, right? Without the car owners in this room and the people, everybody in this room, not just the car owners, the people that are giving up their weekends and at the racetrack and their weeknights and everything that everybody's putting into this sport exists because of that, and only because of that. Without that, this wouldn't be a sport. And this sport has given me so much, and not just the championships and all that, but the people. If you come to our house and look in what we consider a trophy room, we have a small man cave that's got some things in it. There's not a bunch of trophies in there. There's not a bunch of driver suits or helmets. I gave all that stuff away. What's in that room is pictures of all of the people that we spent all of these years with. That's what's in that room. Because that is the lasting thing that you take from this. It's the thing that we cherish the most. It's what I cherish the most, both my wife and I. And so thank you to all of you to being part of our lives. Thank you to Corey for making it thrilling and special. I think we're all, and I think you heard it all night tonight or all day today, we're all excited about where you're headed. And to just be a small part of it, we really appreciate. To Lindsay, you didn't get mentioned as part of the team, but I see the text go out every Wednesday. Who's coming to the shop tonight? How many people do I got to feed? And you do that every week. Thank you for doing that for this group of guys and gals and everybody that's involved. Thank you to my family for supporting this, and thank you to all of you. And have a happy holiday, and we'll see you next year.
That's awesome. I mean, whatever. He just, how we started the show here today, about the people that we have in this room and the people we have at the racetrack, that's what it's all about. So congratulations to Corey and Jason on their championship, and congratulations to everybody in this room. Also want to say something I did not mention earlier, and that was thank you to Tony Nassetti. There's some extra envelopes there that have some cash in them, I think for the top 3 teams. So thank you, Tony, for doing that. Thank you very much for your season opener and season finale. And real quickly, I want to bring up the following car owners right here up front. Jason Myers, Demo Mitri, Jimmy Carr come up for the Selzy team. I want Roger Hamilton up here and Joshua Bates. Brent Cady, BK Racing, David Bertullo, Nick Parker, and Billy Aton all to come up here and stand in a row like we're in a police line. Get BK Racing here, or get Brent or somebody. What you have up here, these 8 car owners, what you have up here are, they made it to all 20 races this year, which is a heck of a commitment, and I want you to give them a round of applause. And we're giving them an additional check for another $1,000 each. So once again, thank you, gentlemen, for doing that. Recruit more of them, and once again, one more hand for the car owners of record here. All right, also, we didn't quite cover this here, but we have a bunch of contingency products. If you're in the top 10 in points, there's some bags over there and some boxes that have your card number on them. So in addition to the $77,000 that we're passing out today, there's another $10,000 or so in parts and pieces for you guys to take home. And once again, thanks, Brett, for putting that together.
They want the centerpieces.
Oh, all right, so we'll cover that one again. The centerpieces of the Calistoga car. So if you want to take that thing home, I mean, we got to start at least $100. Laura Belton, you're not going anywhere until we get this all handled. Give Laura your money, whatever you think it's worth. We greatly appreciate it. With that, we've crowned our Rookie of the Year, our Mechanic of the Year, our Bradway Trophy winner, and Corey Day and Jason Myers as our champion. And before I set you free, which is going to be really quick, I'm going to tell you what's in store for 24. Most of our schedule for our 65th season is already booked. We have a few minor details to work out at the WERPA workshop up in Oregon here in a couple weeks, and then the RPM workshop in Reno at the end of November. We're looking at a 25 race schedule, which is pretty much what we had this year. We had a couple rainouts and 3 rainouts and a couple cancellations, so it's going to be close to the same. We plan to have an increase over the $800,000 in prize money, and we will have our schedule published in early December. Everything else will be able to find at NARC410.com. The fastest 4 days in motorsports is going to become the fastest 5 days in motorsports with the addition of Cottage Grove to the mix. The purses will continue to increase for these events because the crowds up there and the promoters in the Pacific Northwest love us. We will once again co-sanction the $62,000 to win Super Dirt Cup. And they're working to make it a $3,000 to start main event up there. So Kevin and Peter and John, they're working hard on that as well. That's a work in progress. Some of our Pacific Northwest roadshow probably comes at the dismay of California open wheel fans who want a Speed Week type event here in California. Unfortunately, California promoters are having a hard time pulling a crowd on Friday night, much less any other weekday. Peter Murphy says he doesn't make any money on Friday nights, and you're probably not going to see any more Friday night races at Hanford. Which brings a few other schedule tweaks, like the Peter Murphy Classic is now going to be a one-day show in April. It's $11,000 to win. Also, good news here. We thought we lost the racetrack. We're getting one back. Santa Maria Speedway, we're going there in the end of July. I don't want to blow up I don't want to jinx it up, but there's a new ownership that's getting ready to take place there. And then in addition, Mr. Nocetti has said that he's going to fire up that grader of his, and he's going to take the 4/10 mile down to, how big? A third, all right. It was a quarter, now it's a third, all right. That's fine. Gotcha. All right, so we're going to have a reshaped, reconfigured Stockton dirt track, so that's a good thing. Hold on for a second here. Let me catch up to myself. Also, you know, there's some tension going on the national scene with the high limit and the World of Outlaws. Either way, we're heavily aligned with Kyle Larson and Brad Sweet because they represent NARC's best interest. The World of Outlaws couldn't care if we went out of business tomorrow, so they're looking out for us. And the national schedule, as you know, it will be tweaked accordingly. I mean, the Gold Cup Race of Champions, if you haven't already heard it, is going to be the last week of August. So you guys have been, what, the first or second week of September since forever? It is now being moved to the final weekend of August, and it is now a high limit show. So you're going to see a little bit of this going on this winter. Let's see here, what else do I have? Either way, we're working hand in hand with Kevin Rudine, John Hager, Peter Murphy at Skagit, the Sweet Larson Copeland arrangement at Chico, and Peter Murphy in Hanford for the betterment of 410 sprint car racing. And our goal is as few conflicts as possible, larger purses, and the cold hard facts that real racers drive 410 sprint cars. So we are also in negotiations right now. Tommy Hunt and I went down to Walnut Creek on Monday and are in conversations for a new presenting sponsor for the series, and we have a couple other things in our hip pocket. So be honest with you, my goal is a $100,000 point fund for next year. If you would like to get involved in our series, you know, we have an advisory board. We'd love to have you join our team. You know, there's strength in numbers, even if you're old and overweight. There's not much personal glory in it, but there's a ton of personal satisfaction knowing that you're helping grow 410 sprint car racing in California. So I want to thank Joshua, Dominic, Bud, Dan, and Brent. Dan didn't even know he was on the advisory board until he saw the slide, but he's but we have him in all the meetings here. So if you want to get involved, we love that. So with that today, I thank all of you for your attendance and your tremendous support this season. You guys are the stars and cars, the officials and sponsors of the Northern Auto Racing Club. And my mission, my personal mission, and my goal is to put all of you guys on the pedestal as part of the best, the most exciting, entertaining, and fan-friendly show on the West Coast. And I probably got asked at least 10 times last night, when am I retiring? You guys saw that about a big old beast of a motorhome and all that good stuff. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, the last time I left you guys went belly flat. Last time I left you, your belly flopped. I came back with a chip on my shoulder. I'm not going to let that happen again, but we're actively pursuing the next generation of this this club. So, you know, the idea is to have a full-blown, forget the advisory board, but a full-blown board of directors and the like. So, you know, whatever. I can't, my body personally can't take presenting too many more of those Dave Bradway Jr. Inspirational trophies, because my allergies just kick up really bad. So, I truly thank all you car owners. I never expect anything in this sport. I take pride in the fact that I make you guys look good, and Bud says this is something really big. I guess this is diesel for the RV. That's a great thing. Carol and I will basically be posting a lot of photos of the places we're going, but I will be at the races either way. So once again, with that, I wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving, a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Please drive safe, and we will do all this again next year.